Tonight, more calls for racial equality and police accountability as protesters march into a third weekend of demonstrations. In Philadelphia, thousands took to the streets demanding reforms.
It's just the turning point. People are tired of seeing the same thing on television, people getting just brutalized in front of our face. That's why we're still out here protesting.
No justice! No peace!
In New York City, passionate pleas just one day after the governor moved to change how police operate.
It's an important thing to show our support for the community, and I feel like for most of my life I haven't been able to do as much as I'd like to, and I feel like just showing up is really making a difference.
Seattle protesters still occupy the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone after police left their precinct. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard is there.
With thousands now converging on these very Seattle streets, pressing for economic and criminal justice system changes. The police station is overlooking it all, as organizers say those very negotiations for that change is now underway.
At the 5,000-man march in Richmond, George Floyd's cousin reminding everyone why they march.
He carried the weight of a nation that refuses to lift its knee from the neck of my people.
The movement is also shining a spotlight on the past. Controversial monuments pulled down or covered with graffiti, as critics argue they represent hate and oppression.
My son is the reason I do everything I do now. And, you know, I just hope one day that he'll be able to grow up in a world where he doesn't have to deal with the racism and the discrimination that, you know, we deal with today.
Kentucky removed its 12-foot statue of Confederate leader Jefferson Davis from the state capitol, while a park in South Carolina took down a statue of Christopher Columbus after it was vandalized several times this week. And it's not just the U.S. In London, the statue of a wartime leader is now under attack amid claims of his racist views.
And here are right-wing demonstrators. They say they're here to protect the statue.
Thousands also gathering for Black Lives Matter events in France and Australia.
It's not about black versus white. It's black and white versus racism. When we see that here today.
A surge of activism spurring an international movement.
And Kathy joins me now. Kathy, New York's governor told protesters they can stop protesting, that they've won. Do they agree?
Well, Jose, protesters say that really this is just the beginning, and they're trying to spread the message in other ways, like painting this street mural. This is the first Black Lives Matter street mural for New York City, inspired by the one in Washington, D.C. Brooklyn-based artists got started on the project this morning. It stretches one block, and organizers say that this is significant because this neighborhood was part of the race riots in 1964.